District 104 Director, DTM Jovi Villanova. Our District PQD, DTM Mohammad Nazaruddin Hawasavi. Our District Club Growth Director, DTM Ibrahim Marekar. District Administrative Officer, DTM Maria Teresa Villanova. District Finance Officer, DTM Rashid Ali. And our Division H Director, DTM Sini Ali. Our guest of honor, Toastmaster Shuruk. And other division directors, area directors, club officers, Toastmasters, and distinguished guests. As a contest chair, I am very, very happy and excited to welcome you all for our Division H Contest 2021. I open the contest.
To the empowerment of women, let us now move on to the most enthralling session. To maintain our energy level, let us join in hands to witness the speeches of the champions of public speaking of the Division H in the International Speech Contest. To conduct this session, we have a Toastmaster who is basically a teacher, a Toastmaster since 8 years, immediate past Area 18 Director, currently serving as Assistant Division H Director for Program Quality, and a vibrant Toastmaster of Division H District 104, none other than Toastmaster Rabia Mohideen. And I also acknowledge the Chief Judge of this session, a person who is an English professor currently working in Tehran Academy as literature teacher, an international presenter, first female DTM from Saudi Arabia, mentor and sponsor of many clubs. Help me welcome the Chief Judge, DTM Shaila Koya.
Afazja Jaji, contestant number 3. Have you pinned the timer, sir?
Yeah, already pinned the timer.
Okay.
So I am visible and audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you, Contest Chair. After almost a week of preparation on that particular day, the entire team was ready to receive and welcome our most important investor and sponsor. As planned, the meeting was started by the CEO and he started to introduce the team. All of a sudden, he left the meeting room, came back, holding a hand of a young, handsome gentleman. He started to introduce him to the delegate. Our office stylist, Mr. Abdul Gadhar, the most important person in our office. The CEO introduced our office boy to the delegates. Everybody got surprised. Dear Contest Chair, judges, fellow Toastmasters, and distinguished guests, warm welcome and good evening. Since the beginning of mankind to this very moment, we are in our endless search of meaning of life. May I ask you a simple question? Meaning of life, what does it mean to you? You don't need to answer me. Just give it a thought. That's it. From where we can find the meaning of life? Is it in your belief system? Is it in your sacred books? Is it in the water? It's on the mountaintop or elsewhere? No. You have the power to make your own meaning of life. To understand the meaning of life, you should have the hunger to understand humanity. You should have the power. You should know the meaning of humility and empathy. To understand the meaning of life, you should know how to give up your ego and selfishness. The great educational reformer, Horseman, once said, "Be ashamed to die if you don't win a victory for humanity." What does it mean by that? The victory for humanity is not your personal victory. It is not about getting name and fame. It is not about people praising you. It's all about be a reason to be a change in somebody's life. Be a reason somebody smiles. Be a reason somebody feels they are loved. Be a reason somebody feels still there is goodness in human. The stepping stone to understand the meaning of life is to learn the purpose of your life. Do you know Amazon itself, it's listed more than 152,000 books about purpose of life. The purpose of life is strongly bonded with your passion and people. Yes, people. Every person's success is related to the people is connected with, regardless whether it is in his personal life or in his professional life. Many of us manage people. How many of us give the real respect and care to the people who deserve that? How many of you proudly say that my subordinate love me, my subordinate like me, my subordinate consider me as a true leader? How many of you can say my subordinate consider me as his mentor unconditionally, not on your face, but in his heart? Let me come back to Abdul Gadhar. You may wonder why a CEO introduced an office boy to such a high-profile delegates. It is the highest level of humanity, act of humanity by a person who understood the meaning of life. Abdul Gadhar, he came to Saudi in a very young age to support his family in Africa. He was unable to complete his school life due to his circumstances. He came here, start work as a janitor. Today, Abdul Gadhar, he speaks good English. Today, he knows how to use computer. He knows even how to use a spreadsheet. Thank you, Abdul Gadhar. He was today in our meeting. I couldn't see him now. And I have no surprise on my CEO's act, because 15 years before, I was another Abdul Gadhar, but with an engineering graduation. In our country, we grow engineers like mushrooms, and I was one among them. I came to Saudi. I have no idea what to do, how to do, what to speak, how to speak, whom to speak. My mind was filled with emptiness of hopelessness. But grace of God, I got a mentor who understood me, who understood my strength and weakness. He put me into a learning track, transformed me from that old me to this me, and I am proudly presenting me in front of such a big crowd today. Dear fellow Toastmasters, everyone in the world don't understand the meaning of life, but those who understood the meaning of life with their little act of kindness, love, passion, humanity, they made long-lasting positive impact in some other's life. This life is like a water bubble. We will not get a second chance. Let us practice love, humanity, care in our life. Let us be a positive change in somebody's life that not only bring you or me the success, but it reveals the purpose of our life and make us understand the meaning of life. Thank you. Back to you, Contest Chair.
Thank you, contestant number 3. Let us have a minute of silence for the judges to mark the ballots. Toastmaster timer, please notify me after a minute.